Link to the Past Randomizer 2024 main tournament. We are doing an open seed this morning for me anyway. Happy time zone to everyone joining us wherever you are. It is 8 a.m. my time, so nice and early for me, but we are looking forward to having a great race today. This is a best of 3 tournament. BigDunka is up 1-0, so Zenit does need to win this to force a game 3, otherwise BigDunka will move on. So looking forward to a great race. BigDunka is using vanilla audio today, so if we're on his side, we'll hear just normal music. And Zenit is using the Kirby Superstar MSU, so hopefully we'll get to hear some of both today. I love the Kirby Superstar music. Always so good. But we should be kicking off here any second. Remember, these runners are on a 10-minute delay, so they're in the future. I already know what's going on, so that's. But I can see timers, things like that, so that's how I know where we are. And here we go. Both starting at Sanctuary, and both getting bombs to start. So that was a quick map check on both sides. I saw blue crystals at Eastern and in Hera. Thank you, yesterday. I was gonna call blue at Desert, just wasn't quite sure on that one. So big thank you. All right, so all blues in Light World, always interesting. Then when we get to the Dark World, to see where those pendants are gonna be. Some magic from that tree pole. Bush Crab had given us some arrows. Both runners grabbing at least a few on their way to check the lumberjack drop down. And some blue mail there. Okay. Well, we're not gonna get that ever, even if we have to rush Ega. So we won't be seeing any red mail today in this seed for sure. Just a heart piece there in the forest. And let's see what the drop down gives us. 20 rupees. Alright, we'll take that. We need money to pay that bottle vendor and other things along the way, so we definitely will take 20 rupees to start that. Alright, both following the same path, heading into Blind's Hut. Bombs make this running perfect. Don't have to worry about getting those first 3 bombs that we need to be able to clear out Kakariko. Green ruby, heart piece, ooh, a hammer. So that is a nice early find. We have ways to kill things, as well as, opening up access for us once we get a couple other things. But do find 50 rupees in the back of line side, giving us 100 we need for the bottle vendor. Some more bombs. Some more arrows. 20 rupees, another heart piece. Oh, blue mail. The blue mail's a little unfortunate this early on, just if we're gonna need to be doing any death warps. Definitely makes it take longer. Just 20 rupees there on a bottle vendor. And to check out how we go. And alright, got our mirror. So, planning to negates the worry there on that blue mail, as death warping is not going to be necessary now that we have our mirror. Alright, that was a Cane of Samaria there in the back of the tavern, so that's a great find early on as well. We can see Dunka take a minute to grab some more bombs there. 20 rupees on the library. And Zenit is blind checking this race game. I don't mind this play ever. Because if there's something there, you're gonna want to double back for it. If there's not something there, it doesn't save a ton of time. But definitely going to need those flippers. Alright. We head to Link South and probably South Shore. We start with the heart piece. Made nice use of those slippers just to swim by the enemy there. Bloomerang, okay. And another heart piece. Alright, so game giving us lots of heart pieces early on, but right, into Mini Moldarm Cave we go. Alright, and we're gonna get our first divergence as BigDunka is heading over to the desert region for at least for the Ganon Cave. We do get our power gloves there in Mini Moldarm and Cave and our first sword. Alright, so it looks like Zenit is headed to back of escape. Big 300 on Dunka's side. Which with having Zora in Logic this early, definitely good to see that money come about. We did get our small key there in the back of escape, but we also, more interestingly, got our powder. Dunka headed to check the Uncle drop down. It looks like Zenit is going to do our first sequence break of the seed and head up the mountain. It is $50 and some bombs. An Uncle drop down. We'll see what escape adds for us here. Zenit, no problem picking up the old man on the mountain. Rewarded with 20 rupees. course, with that mirror, you can get into Hera and at least check the first couple checks there. We can get across to Paradox Cave with that hammer. So quite a bit of checks here we can do on the mountain. 100 rupees there under Spec Rock. And just a heart piece on top of Spec Rock. Heart piece there in the blue boomerang chest. So green pendant, pod, and then pendants, skull and mire, and then did not catch where the reds were. Red's Thieves Town and Turtle Rock. Okay. Yeah, pod green pendant. Full heart piece in Hera. Looks like Zenit is just farming some bombs here. Like heading into Dark Cross. That was such a quick check there on Floating Island. I didn't catch it. Yeah, guy, not much loot here yet on Death Mountain and out of sequence. So without that lamp, Dunka does take an unfortunate death there in Dark Cross, and chooses to save and continue to do something else. Can't blame him there. Alright, Bloopy there at the bottom of Spiral Cave. And Dunka headed to get his gloves and first sword. Zenit picks up his first shield. Shield lovers can rejoice. Quake. Mushroom and Ice Rod. Alright, so no Ice Rod hunts today. Oh, finally finding at least some decent items there on the mountain. Alright, Zenith headed up to Uncle and Front of Escape here. Dunka has to be careful, only on half a heart. Getting his bombs from Uncle. Just a Bloopy there in Ice Rod Cave. Yeah, so it looks like Dunka's gonna farm here to 500. No Zords and Logic. Wants to be able to get that check done right away. Alright, finally over that 500 threshold. Interesting that he's walking in, not just jumping right back into the water and swimming. I think it's kind of 50-50 about which is more dangerous, especially on half a heart. But we will be getting the man under the bridge as he makes his way towards the cell. Just 10 arrows. Alright, Dina with a little bit more health going into heading towards Dark Cross than Dunka had at the time. So we'll see if he's able to get through there. Just a full heart container there on Lake Hylia Island. That is a nice moon pearl. Alright, so that is our full Dark World package at 15 minutes and 50 seconds. And it's like just 10 arrows there in Dark Cross. Dunka will not be punished by missing that. The bigger question is, when does Dunka get to the back of escape and pick up that powder? Looks like we're gonna have a Houlihan get some money on the Zenit side. Very nicely done. Alright, Scamfish, just full heart container for us for our 500. Alright, Dunka is gonna head to the back of escape and get his items here. Yeah, no, not a bad pickup for Dunka to get that 5th heart container right now. That's his 6th heart container now with that piece. Does get that powder and the key. And is going to try to go to Dark Cross backwards. Does get the key dart from the rat. Through the key door into Dark Cross. And discovers that it's just those 10 errors we knew about. And looks like Xena is following Dunka's path, gonna check Ice Rod Cave. Looks like he's also gonna go ahead and farm 20 Rupee Cave for the rupees that he needs to be able to get Zora money. As Dunka will make his first foray into the Dark World. And sees where everything is for him. So he has all the knowledge that he needs about crystals and pendants now. As we are headed to Hype Cave. Joining 2 bomb tasks are boots. Time to go fast. 50 rupees, 50 rupees, Master Sword, Tempered Sword. Okay, so that is like a solid 7 out of 10 Hype Cave. This is a little for just having 250s, so I dropped that from an 8 to a 7, but the world is literally just opened up for us with sword and boots, so he's picking up his Moon Pearl, and he's headed to Zora to get his heart container. I'm gonna see what's on Pyramid Ledge. 20 rupees. Fair fishing boo. It is pod money, not something I thought about. So yes, I will give that a 10 out of 10 because he did need both of those 50s to be able to do pod. Also, big thanks to, yeah, I mean, no bow, but you know, if it's bow locked, that's one thing, but at least we can get in and see if it's bow locked or not. It is green pendant, so it's not as, you know, runners may not be interested in prioritizing that right away, but we'll see. Yeah, but bows and pod never happen. Nope. A big thank you to Fishing Boo for pushing all the buttons, keeping me in line this morning. Couldn't do what we do without our wonderful trackers. Alright, so it looked like Dunka was thinking about going back to Open Pod, realized that, I have a feeling he kind of looked at it and saw that it was that green pendant, and deciding to prioritize some other stuff first. Alright, he's going to stay in Logic. Looks like he is going to be heading to the Dark World at the Village of Outcasts, which is where Zenit just entered the Dark World. And it looks like we're going to get at least the front of Skull check here. You know, Skullwoods is a pendant, so not required to beat, but you know, these front of Skullwood checks, even this back one here, you know, in Logic, and a lot of the runners do consider this to be like Sphere 1. Want to knock this out right away. Only 2 items to worry about as well, so if we can find 2 items quick, then we will be done. To get a key first, and BigDunka is following in Zenith's footsteps there. Gonna get a high five as these runners cross paths. Key number 2 there. Our map. Right, so we're not finding anything here in the front of Skullwoods. Full heart container. Our big key. All right, maybe our second item is there. We'll find out here shortly. And bombs. All right, so we'll pulled both items out of Skullwoods. So unless something ends up being on pedestal that we absolutely have to have, we are done with Skullwoods. Right. P-shaped house has piece of heart. Yeah, Sugar. Right now, Dunka has a nice advantage with his loadout. Those items, boots and two swords were in Hype Cave today. So Zenit will get to them eventually. But it's just gonna definitely take him a few extra minutes. Um, Ether there on bumper ledge. Not surprised to see Duncan grabbing this early. We don't know what we're gonna need for TR entrance or if we're going to need to get into Mire at all today either. Yeah, yeah, guy. There's starting to be less and less items that can be unped for sure, based on the way that the items where the crystals and pendants are laid out. So more than likely, we're gonna have an early pet as Dead Seed. Picking up the front four there, and he's down headed to the back. Like using those boots. There's our fire rod. See what Graveyard Ledge has. Just a heart piece. See what Blind's Attic has here in just a second. Star Compass. You know, the nice thing is with Steve Sound, don't have to worry about double dipping. We've had these items, had that hammer very early on. So we'll see what's in our big chest and maiden cell as Dunka starts his Thieves Town trek. You'll have definitely an easier go of this with that sword advantage. Zenit does pick up his fire shield there in Maiden Cell. Nice bomb drop, and he'll double back and grab since he was low on bombs there. And our big chest rewards us with bottle number 1. Alright, Dunka getting ready to head into the back of Thieves Town as Zenit is headed into the blind fight. And Zenit takes down Blind for crystal number 1. And 10 bombs is his reward. And we're gonna switch audio over to Zenit for a little bit. He is using Kirby Superstar MSU. Just 10 arrows in the brewery. Use that first bottle, see what bottle kit has for stage. Just some bombs. Sickid, those should not be stored under your bed. You should know better than that. Come on. Okay, are gonna get powder check. There is our lamp. Okay, so, yeah, logically, we've had full access to the mountain, for quite a while, based on when and how we were able to get that powder. So that does put everything that Zenit has in his inventory back in logic for him. So nice find there. And Zenit going to get his boots and his 2 swords. As Dunka takes down the blind for his first crystal, evening up the crystal count. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That is not good for Zenit. He did not do chess game there, and Dunka does and is rewarded with his hook shot. The other thing that Zenit didn't do, which I thought he would have, would have been hammer pegs. Or, of course, he didn't have the hammer, or he didn't have the boots yet to make it fast, but, you know, he was right here, so... Right, Zenit headed to Pod Eastern area, more than likely going to be making no mitts. Thanks, Sugar. I don't know why I always forget you have to have mitts for hammer pegs for some reason. That is one of my, like, always forgets things, so thank you. Like getting his lamp. Oh, yeah, you're right. The guy doesn't have the money. Didn't have the money for it. Those 50s in Hive Cave really paying off right now for Dunka here. Dunka realizing he does have the money for the game. Yeah, fishing. I think Guy is right. Zenit only has 14 rupees. I just don't think he had the money for it. Bunch of digs for a full heart. Get our big key there in Stealthos room. $8.45, just 20 rupees. Time for some mimic clipping action. Alright, yeah, and with that hook shot, no surprise here at all to see Dunka heading to swamp. Full clearable swamp. We did find second bottle there in pod. Oh, Zeta getting bullied here. Let's get through finally. He tried that door extension glitch, so I'm not 100% sure how that works as far as where you need to put that block to be able to go up there, but did think that he had missed it, so he tried to double back and just got bullied there for a minute. Block can go anywhere in screen. Okay. I missed the second chest there in the U-shaped room. Anything critical? I didn't figure because I didn't see the tracker or anything change on the tracker, so. Simultaneous bomb pickups there. Bombs in the big chest. Alright, finally getting to get our first look at Saha. Nothing. Right, there's our big key and swamp. He's gonna use his boots to start his boots checks. Nice boss fight there on Dunker's side, picking up his second crystal and taking the crystal lead. Does get his compass. Do we see map? Or are we leaving 2 or 3 items? I don't remember if we saw map. Oh, we are going back in, so we're not leaving anything. Alright. Zenit finally has enough money to come in and get his hook shot. So he is headed towards King's Tomb and Graveyard Ledge. Alright, just checking the big chest there and leaving left side swamp. Alright, Duncan making his first foray into the eastern pod area. Unit picking up his fire rod. It's very interesting. At just 40 minutes, we have our full TR kit. As long as we can get in the front door. Alright, Duncan making his first foray up the mountain. Okay, there's our bow. So we'll see when BigDunka gets back to that. He's gonna find that mushroom here on the mountain. And then we'll see if he prioritizes. Yes, it was in Paradox. Yep. That's why we know like where he'll pick that up, and then we'll see how long before he goes and turns that back in. There is the cape for Zenit. He does not yet. He did not scout bumper, so he doesn't know that Ether's there. Immediately following that boat into Eastern. Always be clearing dungeons. Like at least grabbing that key, hoping he doesn't have to use it, but it is grabbing it. Ugh. Bullied by the fire. Nice, does get his Harapot clip. Alright, there's the big key in the front of Eastern. Compass. Part container, or part piece, excuse me, on Zenit's side. That is Moldorm down on Duncan's side. Rewarded with a heart piece, so that is both items out of Hera, and his third crystal at 43.5 minutes. Okay. He is headed to East Death Mountain. Of course, makes 100% sense. We'll see if he goes and sees if he can open TR and then uses the portals, but that mirror portaling, oh, never mind, he needs meds. Zenit into Armos Knights. Boarded with a Bloopy and crystal number 2 for him. Dunka picking up his fire shield. Does pick up his Quake as well here in Paradox. There's that mushroom, which you know is very important, and the ice rod. Okay, we will see where Dunka is going. He's headed to K45 and Stumpy. Alright, so Dunka's going to get his bow right away. Yes, this does start to become a question of Met's book. Flute not necessary. We don't need to get into Mire. So we could have a fluteless seed. Yeah, maybe bombos, depending on what we need to get into TR. I like his plan, Dunka's side, to go ahead and open the portal, pay Kiki off, get pod opened, and then go in and clear Eastern, and then decide if he's going to go into the pod area, or into pod at all here. So, I think this is a pretty heads-up play here on Dunka's side. And even if he does go into, we know if he goes into pod, it's not going to be time loss for him since that is something Zenit's already done. But he's leveling back into Eastern first, which is what I would expect. You know, the other thing is if he chooses to beat pod, that would give him the green pendant, give him that one extra item. So we'll see what he does, and we'll see if he chooses to do left side swamp or not. Once they get their next crystal. Oh, 100% guy. I 100% expect that he'll clear pod before going back to left side swamp at all. Yep. I mean, this is just, you know, this is the rando gonna rando moment of the game where what route did you hit? Did you hit the right route? Did you hit the wrong route? Did you make a bad decision by not doing left side? You know, there's just so much at play here, so. Right, this is another check that Zenit left, with the big key chest in Eastern. So we are going to get this new check on Dunka's side. I think for Zenit, he knows that this is a must-win for him. So maybe playing a little bit more aggressively, taking a few more risks, hoping that he doesn't get burned somewhere along the way. Alright, so it was just the compass, which is what I thought based on when Zenit was in here. So that's going to be some time back to Zenit, as Dunka did not need to do that. Zenit picking up his third crystal. Does tie up the crystal count for just a couple minutes. They got a lot of randomizers that have the option have moved into what's called, moved into sizing, chest sizing. So if it's a small chest, it is just, kind of a throwaway item. And if it's a big chest, it's an important item. Obviously, that's not really possible with the way that Link to the Past is, but I always kind of enjoy that in randomizers like, do you have it? You know which. Just at a glance, if you can skip something or not. Okay, so that was crystal number 4 on Duncan's side. Again, taking back the lead in crystal count. Sees that pot is not in fact full locked. Goes through the front door, starts his collection, and Zenit will give us the left side swamp checks. Just our map. Okay, what is this last item going to be here? Oh, those are meds. So that is a kind of a big swing in Zenit's favor right now. As we'll be at least a little before Dunka gets back to check that. And Zenit's going to take those meds and head straight into Ice Palace. Again, this makes 100% sense. Clearable dungeon. Duncan getting his second bottle. Duncan on his way to clean out the back of the pod. We do get our big key there right away in Ice Palace. Xena hits the switch, heads back to Icebreaker Room. Does get Icebreaker on first go. Reward of 20 rupees. number 2 first small key. Third bottle, this one with a red goo in it. Got our compass as Dunka heads to Helmosaur King. Another small key and Ice Palace. As Zenit gets ready to drop into Cold Stare. Shoot those fire rod shots. Fight. Yes, flute or book go mode on Zenit's side. Dunka still needs to get back to left side swamp to get those mitts. The one thing that could hold up Zenit is the entry into TR. Alright, we're gonna see here very shortly what we need to get into TR. Dunka getting past Helmosaur King does pick up his green pendant. And we'll see this immediate turn in. Super Bunny rewards us with 300 rupees and a heart piece. Alright. Green pendant just 20 rupees, so unfortunately, Dunka losing more time here to Zenit. Get our first look at Hookshot Cave. Everybody's favorite shield, the mirror shield. Fourth bottle, 300 rupees, and a heart piece. Alright, and just for those in chat, I never want to see mirror shield, ever. I'm happy with, you know, basic shield, fire shield's fine, but we can just avoid mirror shield at all costs. Was that Ether? That was so fast, and I was looking over at Dunkus for just a second. Oh no, it was Quake. Alright, so it does look like Dunka is getting funneled back into left side swamp here. I mean, the question is now what are the outs for Dunka? Dunka needs to find that book or flute somewhere where that unit may not get you that fast, and so I guess we're looking at like Smith Chain, hammer pegs. Trying to think what other spots that could potentially have some sort of out for Dunka. Definitely not going to be a lot out there though, unfortunately. Alright, so not a lot going on right now. Just gonna watch Zenit start doing his TR checks as Dunka heads to the left side spawn to get his mitts. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's see what Lava Chest has for us today. Small key, so good thing we didn't skip that and get 2% or whatever the chances are there. Alright, BigDunka does get his mitts. And is headed to Ice Palace. We're gonna see Mimic Cave. Dunka diverting to pick up some potions. Knows that magic's getting important. So I haven't seen anything of note yet on Zenit's side. There's the Cane of Burna, which is a nice safety item. Just a little too far back, drops a couple of blocks into the void. Grabs full magic refill and a couple hearts. Right now, BigDunka's headed into Ice Palace. It's about to show us what's on Laser Bridge today. Alright, so nothing. Got our small key that we need to get into Trinex, but so far no progression here in Turtle Rock. Alright, let's see how this Trinex fight goes on Zenit's side. Firehead down. Ice head down, nicely done. BigDunka trying to get his icebreaker. As Trinix is down. Dunka does get icebreaker. Hero of Destiny. But that is crystal number 5 on Zenith's side. Taking the lead in the crystal count for the first time today. Zenith running across, headed to Spike Cave. Yeah, Fishing Boo, talking about Smith Chain possibly being an idea for Desert Palace access, and I do think that's probably going to be, something to think about for Zenith after he clears Hera here. But we are at an hour and 6 minutes in, so take this moment to say both these runners a follow, putting on a great race for us today. But actually some great races throughout this tournament. I've seen both of these runners on stream at least once, and always entertaining. So drop them both a follow. Big thank you to my tracker, Fishing Boo. Tracker extraordinaire, always wonderful when I get to work with you, Fishing Boo. So thank you for pushing the buttons and keeping me on track. Alright, Zenith does get past Moldorm, and it picks up his 6th crystal. Alright, so at this point, he is just book or flute away from go mode. Actually, they both are. At this point, Dunka is a full TR clear behind, unfortunately. Nice cold stir fight there on Dunka's side. As he picks up crystal number 5. Oh, yeah, Red Bomb. Sorry, I knew that these runners were kind of just in stuff we'd seen for a second. Went to check Discord or something, and yeah, I totally forgot that we have Big Bomb in play now. Right, Dunka is on the mountain, going to see if he can get into and clear TR. Alright, let's see what Pyramid Fairy has for us. Bug net. Everybody's favorite item, the bug net. Blue goo and bug. Alright, 1 hour, 9 minutes, 15 seconds. Zenith is in go mode. So we'll see what time Duncan gets into go mode here, if he follows the same logic that Zenit did. So we'll keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on, of course, what time they enter GT and things like that. So Zenit is headed into Crystal dungeon number 7. There's Duncan's mirror shield. Third bottle for him. 300 rupees. And another heart piece for him. Dunka is headed into TR. Our map of desert. Compass. Desert Palace being boots locked. Let's see if Zenit checks. I don't think we've seen what's on Desert Ledge. We'll see if Zenit checks it real quick. Just it does not. I would check it. I don't think we've seen it. Just to see if it's silvers. Would feel bad to just leave silvers just sitting there. Alright, chat, we are getting really close to Zenit picking up his 7th crystal, which of course means we are getting ready for the GT Big Key guessing game. Once Zenit does pick up that 7th crystal, you can start getting your guesses in. Guesses will close when the screen goes black as he enters in Ganon's tower. And I will make sure to call that out again as we get closer, as we're going to have one full mountain climb before we get there. Right, nice landmo fight on Zenit's side. 20 rupees and crystal number 7. And our first guess into the GT guessing game, number 15. Tracker 15 users, number 5. I always say number 8, like Faceless there. Kind of a weird check to be number 8, but I have gotten it right a couple times. Come on, tile room. Well, that would pretty much be check 22 for these runners. No point in checking tile room until you are forced to. Alright, so we are about 20 seconds away from entering GT. Get those final guesses in. Once again, guessing will close once the screen goes dark as he enters the tower. And I will record the entrance time. Looks like Zenith's timer stopped working, so we'll take it off Dunka's side. Alright, guessing closed. 1:15:04. So interesting play here on Zenith's side to check tower room along the way. Normally this is the kind of last check that runners do. Level. Nice fetch quest. Alright, so Zenith checking those 3 chests and then headed left. So check 4 heart piece. Five, 6, 7, 8. Plethora of small keys. Nine. Let's see where BigDunka is headed. Ten is silvers. And Dunka is picking up Red Bomb, so he will get his go mode. Unfortunately, just there's we know that there's 0 outs here. With Zenith already in the climb. Is that 11? I believe that was number 11. So, Vern, you're lucky. Congratulations. Being right in the beat in the guessing game today. Alright, so there's go mode for Dunka. 9 minutes behind picking up his go mode. Nice fairy there. Fairy in the bottle, maybe. Either way, nice use of that fairy. Dunka finally heading into desert here. See if he saves any time by just grabbing that big key. Nice Lenmo 2 fight. Nope, Dunka's also heading to the right. Alright, making a nice climb here. Of course, you don't need to worry about anything. He does grab 2 extra arrows. Do need that magic, of course. Unfortunately, it does take a Moldarm 2 bounce. For whatever reason, Moldarm 2 can tend to be a little bit crankier. I do see more bounces here than a lot of times than the regular Moldarm. Alright, so that is crystal number 7 for Dunka as Zenit hits Ega 2. Nice Ega 2 fight there on Zenit's side. Tempered, silvers, missing half magic, not as important with silvers. So it's going to be a pretty free Ganon fight here. As Dunka makes his way up the mountain one final time. Some hits, get a couple spins in there, and get past phase 1, onto phase 2. Just a little high for those dash hits, doesn't make the adjustment. Nice setup there in the corner, finishes off phase 2. Halfway through phase 3 already. Dunka may pretty much right exactly as far behind as he was when he picked up. When he hit go mode. Nice double there. Well, it must have been a triple there and I just looked away, but or 1-2-1. But either way, get your GG's in for Zenit as he does pick up game number 2 in this best of 3. So game number 3 will be tomorrow at the same time as this one. And right after Zenit crosses the bridge with an official race time of 1 hour, 24 minutes, 38 seconds. BigDunka does see the race time room come across and does take a forfeit. So GG's to both of our runners today on a great race. Um, uh, the big swing here was obviously left side swamp, and Zenit picking up those mitts when he did. But great race by both runners either way. Both runners have declined to come in for an interview, which is, of course, their prerogative 100%. So that will be it for us today. Keep an eye on SpeedGaming channels kind of all day. We have a bunch of races coming up. SpeedGaming 2 has a race going on right now between Structural Mike and 2C. They're actually doing 2 races back to back. Actually, I'll be headed over there shortly to call their second match. We have a Speed Gaming 2 match later this afternoon at 2:10 Eastern. Speed Gaming 4, 3:10 Eastern. Back here on Speed Gaming at 9:10 Eastern before matches start tomorrow. So lots of Link to the Past randomizer matches today for all your random needs. But with that, I will say thank you all for hanging out during this wonderful race, and I will see you next time.